did exactly what I told you.
Hey there, this is Dr. Mephisto here, along with
Infamous, and we're back for part 2 of our How to Get Better at Gears of War 2.
We might have to make a third one, but we'll just find out later with all your comments. We're going to get started off with grenade tips, I believe.
Alright, first off is grenade tips, and one of the first things that you can do is just throw 2 grenades. If you're not sure if the blast radius is going to be big enough, you can throw 2 and it'll make like double the explosion. But as you get better at the game, you know where to place grenades more, so you can just throw 1, such as in this clip coming up.
And also, sometimes it is better to place grenades randomly throughout the map, even in the most obvious spots, because sometimes people will refuse to look in the most obvious spots and they'll get killed somehow. Alright, with ink grenades it's a bit different. You might want to throw your inks in places where people like to rush, and then just pull out your Hammerburst or Lancer and just Lancer at them, and you'll get a bunch of kills and downs.
One of the big things is to watch out for grenades yourself, because people are going to use them the same way you are. And to help evade is a good tactic is to roll back, and right there with a single grenade throw you can get as much kills as regular.
Alright, here's a couple tips for rushing. First off, like if it's the first match of the game, you might want to stay back just a bit to see how the other team starts rushing, because you don't know how they're going to rush at you. And if they rush strong, it might be a good idea to stay back and just use your Lancers or Hammerburst to keep them back from the power weapon.
Because if you just rush right out there, most likely you're going to get pooped on, such as Dr. Mephisto and Rose of War did in this clip.
Alright, in this clip, as you can see, the team rushes pretty hard. I just want to say that power weapon is a good weapon, but sometimes it's not the weapon that decides the matches. You just want to make sure that if they rush and get it, you stay back and work a bit harder to make sure that they don't get as many kills with the power weapon.
Alright, with split screen there's obvious advantages and disadvantages. Some of the advantages is that you can play with your friends sitting right next to you. You don't have to go over Xbox Live. And also that when you die, it's easier to help out your friend if you don't have a mic, or if your friend doesn't have a mic. So like it's kind of like more of a personal kind of activity when you split screen.
And then the advantages, or disadvantages I should say, is that it's a smaller screen and you can't really tell what's going on. And also, a lot of people like to look at their friend's screen who's also playing with them, which can also mess you up big time if you don't keep or pay attention, because somebody can come behind you or around you or near you at any point in the game. Alright, and then we have the revive tips. It's probably a good idea to help your friend out who's getting double teamed or something. You might want to make sure you use the buddy system in this game, because it helps a lot. When you are facing 2 people, it might not be a good idea to revive the person right away, but sometimes it always is.
Sometimes it's not a good idea to revive your teammate, because you guys both might end up dying and losing the match for your team. Alright, one of the biggest things in the game is a shotgun, because even if you don't get a power weapon, you need a weapon to be able to kill with. And one of the first things you start out with is just straight hard aim. That's when you hold down the left trigger and just shoot. I don't think that's the best tactic, because you submit yourself to not being able to move as fast and being able to get killed easier. So you can either blind fire, which works good if you're good enough with the shotgun without aiming, or you can pop shot, where you just tap the left trigger and shoot, which both work pretty good, but just find whatever you're most comfortable with. And then once you find that, you can use whatever tactic you want.
Just to let you guys all know, shotgun is one of the more difficult weapons to get better at. One of the best ways to get good at it is just play private matches with some of your friends and just do shoddy battles 1v1 and stuff. Don't be cheap while you're doing that though. Don't use the B button, because the B button really doesn't show skill with the shotgun. It just shows that you can only stun somebody and then kill them when they're half damaged. Also, it's going to take some time to find out what you like best with the shot. What I mean by best is like if you want a hard aim, pop shot, or just blind fire with the shotgun. Alright, with the sniper, this is a bit more difficult. Just keep in mind with sniper, don't try to rush any of your shots because you're more likely to miss. Just take your time with the sniper, and also take your time with torque bow. As you can see right here, coming up in a bit, I'm picking up the torque bow right now, and then I'm fairly relaxed and I get a really easy stick. So basically just keep in mind, stay calm with the sniper and torque bow.
And as you can see here, Dr. Metheslo is trying to rush and he's not getting any shots. With rushing, you tend to move the cursor a lot faster and not have any precision shots. Even though torque bow is a little bit easier than sniper, they both have to be taken to the same extent that they are a power weapon and they're the most difficult to use. Oh, sick bolt talk.
And right here in this clip, I just want to mention to be very careful with the torque bow, because even though it will stick into the enemies, it can still kill your teammates if your teammates are close enough to the enemy you stuck. Alright, and then finally are the pistols. Bolt Hawk, you can get downs pretty fast if you have active and headshots along with it. There's one thing that many people don't know about the Gorgon pistol though. I don't have any clips on this video of Gorgon, I'm really sorry about that, but if you have an active Gorgon shot, you can down somebody in one shot with it.
Another tip about shotgun is that you can use the aspect of blind fire plus wall bouncing, like we showed in the first tips video. It's kind of hard to explain how to do it, but if you watch some more of the better guys that play, you can see how their movements are and just how you slide into a wall and bounce off, or slide halfway and then shoot. So just keep that in mind when you're using the shotgun.